Here are the tests on my 1990 Universal-Rundle Atlas. It is set to the water line on the original flush valve. You can't really make it out, but there is a line there, and it is using a standard flapper. So let's give this a flush and see how it does on tests. The flush honestly seems decent enough. The main problem I see is that the siphon is very weak. Now, unlike my other one, this toilet does have some glaze damage. It had a lot of minerals in it, and that ate away at the shiny, smooth coat. So it may not perform as well as it should, and if I ever get another one, I am going to test that one. But for now, this is what I have. So anyway, let's first see if it can take a washcloth. I don't believe there are any minerals in the trapway. I think it should do just fine. Did perfectly. Now let's see if it can take a grocery bag. Toilets with weak siphons really don't tend to do well on this, so I'm guessing it'll clog. It barely got past the opening. It really took no effort at all to make it take that. I'm going to try that bag again and see if I can get a different and possibly better result. I'm going to get some water on it so it doesn't float for as long. Same as before. And there are actually blue lines on the porcelain now. It's all rough so they don't come off, but they are from the writing on this bag. See that? This actually rubbed off on the toilet. Now let's see if it can take the washcloth and the grocery bag together. I think there's really no question whether this is going to pass or not. We saw how it did with the bag, so I'm thinking it's definitely going to fail. It took them separately with help, so that really is a fail. Now let's see if it can take a dish towel. I think that it's pretty obvious whether it's going to pass or not. You know what? If it passes this test, I'm going to replace my cadet with it. I know there's been talk of me replacing that toilet or pulling it up, but if it takes this, I'm going to put this toilet in its place. Hold me to it. If it passes a dish towel, I will install this 1990 Universal-Rundle Atlas in place of my 1959 Standard Cadet in my bathroom. It barely moved. That's really depressing. I'm going to give this another flush and see if by some odd miracle it can take this. Absolutely not. And there's still a blue stain from the grocery bag right there on the bowl. I'll show that when I show the dirt. Now let's see if it can take dirt. So as we've seen with other open rim toilets, there seems to be a spot where the two sides meet, and that spot, and what I mean by the two sides meet is there's water coming from this side and water coming from this side, and that spot's usually right about here. But on this toilet it seems to be here where there's just going to be a lack of bowl rinse, and I'm thinking that it's going to fail that, and it's going to leave a lot in the bottom, but it's going to take the rest off these sides because the flush is pretty long. That did a lot better than I thought. So I don't exactly know how it missed that right there, considering it's an open rim toilet. It did leave some floaters, but this is really nothing to complain about, considering what I've seen from other toilets. It left a little bit right there, but considerably less than every other open rim toilet I've tested. So this is probably one of the best flushing open rim toilets I've seen, and I imagine that it would keep itself clean in a normal setting. So I'm going to just set this back up, and I'm going to give this another flush and see if it can take the rest of that dirt. I'm going to get you in focus real quick, and here we go. And that took 100% of what was left. So overall, this toilet is not a very good performer, and I would say that the flush is one of the best I've ever seen from an open rim toilet. It probably did all right when it was installed, but I wouldn't be surprised if it clogged a few times. Also, I did forget to show that blue mark that the bag left, but it's really small and it just looks like any other scratch. So I guess that is all for these tests. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.